Ladies and gentlemen, look inside the ring and you'll see weapons all over the ground, and all around the ring you'll see barbed wire. You haven't seen this in quite some time. The last time we had a barbed wire deathmatch was at last year's Halloween Spectacular, Face Your Fears, but right now we're bringing it to you. No pay-per-view, right here live on Saturday Night Powerslam. We're witnessing the debut of a new star in the SWF galaxy, the Death Row Messiah, Gruesome Gary. Gruesome Gary brings out the knife, or the fork rather, stabbing into the head of the butcher. Gruesome Gary calls himself the Death Row Messiah, making his debut tonight on this edition of Saturday Night Powerslam. The SWF has risen in popularity. Oh my goodness! After the Survival 6 match, which was won by Von Stott, the first one in Super Wrestling Federation history, we rose in popularity. We rose in market. Oh my goodness, you can hear the popping of the flesh ripping from the bone on the barbed wire. At Face Your Fear last October, we saw the Bloody Butcher take on the Golden Boy in the first ever barbed wire death match in the SWF. He was victorious over the Golden Boy. The Blue Blood never stood a chance against a man who's fighting in his home turf. But look at this. This guy calls himself the Death Row inmate, Gruesome Gary. How will Gruesome Gary fare against a veteran here at the SWF, such as the Bloody Butcher? I remember when the Bloody Butcher made his debut. Looks very unlike all of his co-workers, all the other wrestlers in the back. But he's become one of the most established wrestlers in the company. And now he's biting the head like an apple. Bloodshed starting to fall off of the forehead. And then the DDT'd right onto that sledgehammer there. Back and forth. Normally we don't do many death matches here at the SWF. As I said before, this is only the second one so far. But we're rising in popularity. There's demand for new superstars, demand for new matches. We want to bring you an all-exclusive wrestling company. We want to bring different kinds of matches, different kinds of workers. We want to travel all over the nation, bring all sorts of fans in. We want to make wrestling fun. We want to make wrestling great. We want to bring in everybody that wants to see great wrestling become greater. Oh, throw right into the barbed wire. The electric barbed wire. You can hear it pop when flesh melts off the bone and is ripped into the barbed wire. Oh, the Death Row Messiah, Gruesome Gary. Oh, 2.9 almost puts him away. Look at the blood staining the mats, folks. Biting his forehead like an apple. The Bloody Butcher, showing no remorse, showing no mercy, showing great tenacity, showing how dangerous he is, and why they call him the Chainsaw, because he will rip you to shreds. He'll rip the flesh from your bones. He'll cause bloodshed all over the ring if he has to. Oh, chops across the chest. You can hear the echoes from the hand bouncing off of the chest. Only a 2 count. The match continues. We've got weapons all over the ring. We've got sledgehammers, barbed wire, wrapped baseball bats, a fluorescent light tube, and more. Look at that! Gruesome Gary picks him up and slams him down hard. This is the first time we've ever seen the Death Row Messiah here on SWF programming. If you're here live in attendance, we thank you for coming out and supporting the SWF. If you're at home watching this on VHS, we thank you for going to your local video store and renting this to watch on your VCRs. This is a match that you will never forget. What a devastating debut for this man, the Death Row Messiah, Gruesome Gary. Whether he gets signed by the SWF or whether it's a one-time, a one and done, he's definitely going to cement his legacy. How many people would sign for this kind of match? And how many people have a scythe that they just carry inside of their attire? Man, no wonder this guy's on death row. This guy is gruesome. How many inmates has he brutalized? Oh my gosh. Not normally the style of match in the SWF, but we're evolving, we're changing and growing with the times. Oh, pile driver drops him on his head. Oh no, what's he gonna do with that? Fall right across the mouth with that fluorescent light tube, and now he's got that sledgehammer. Gruesome Gary takes a sledgehammer to the stomach. Trying to hype up the crowd is the Bloody Butcher. The chainsaw. Bloody Butcher swings the sledgehammer across the lower back, but somehow... Whoa! Spitting fire! We've seen that before. Once again, tries to spit fire. Does not connect. Oh my goodness. I don't know who's going to win this match. It's been so back and forth. We've seen weapons out the wazoo. Oh my goodness. Takes out the back of his head with a sledgehammer. And somehow Gruesome Gary gets back to his feet. Barking like a junkyard dog is the Chainsaw Bloody Butcher. Things are not looking good for Gruesome Gary here. He's taking quite a beating. But he's also given a beating. Another attempt to spit fire. I think that's the 4th time. He's missed every time. It might be time to look for some other moves. Oh my gosh. You can hear that bouncing off the spine. How this man is standing and still walking is beyond me. These guys are tough as nails. Oh, wait a second. Oh! The back of his head hits the sledgehammer. I think it knocked him out. Gruesome Gary picks up the win with a critical knockout. Look at Bloody Butcher. His head landed directly on the seal from that sledgehammer. He's knocked out cold, laying in a puddle of blood. Gruesome Gary is victorious in the Barbed Wire Deathmatch.